Hello, my friends. Jacob's here one more time. Thank you for pressing the play button, for spending a little time with me. And it doesn't cost you anything. That's right. I'm not funded by the government. That's another thing. Government doesn't give me any kind of spending allowance for me to do my shows. And today, a lot of people are they're a little up in arms because, children's shows that I grew up with, like Sesame Street, The Electric Company, and so on. Well, turns out that public broadcast service, the PBS and NPR, are no longer getting funding anymore. That's right. I had notes. So could you hand that to me? Thank you. The government funding of news media in this environment is not only outdated, the report says, and unnecessary, but corrosive to the appearance of journalistic independence. The order says, at the very least, Americans have the right to expect that their tax dollars fund public broadcasting at all. They should fund only fair, accurate, unbiased, and non-partisan news coverage. This is an executive order that President Donald Trump has just signed. And it's one that has a lot of people very, very upset. As well it should. Oh, you think you got rid of me, huh? I didn't think that at all. I just figured that now wouldn't be the best time for us to... Best time to talk about this. Jacob. Yes? Jacob. What? The government's no longer funding children's broadcast. Well, that's not necessarily true. Stop that. Stop that. I like doing that. Stop it. Okay, fine. I bet they allow me to do that on Sesame Street. And that's inappropriate, right? I know. Yeah, well, I mean, what are you going to do, right? Some people say that there have been some issues with public broadcast. Maybe it was because Donald Trump became a Muppet and they called him Donald Grump. I don't know if that's the case. Listen, everybody, that's the case. That's the case. All right, get your hand off my microphone. Sorry, you're so grumpy, like Donald Grump. I don't know what you're talking about. You never know what you're talking about, Jacob. You never do. That's the truth. You'd think that maybe you'd script one of these back and forths between me and you. Yeah, maybe not. Because you don't got no government funding. Yeah, that's obvious. Should be obvious to all of you right now. By the way, have you told them to hit the like? I have not. Will you do it for me? Smash that like! And do it like a monkey. Jacob, 100 of you could not beat one of me. I talked about that, right? I said that I thought it was Donald Trump. It was Donald Trump. Didn't you see what the White House put out? I did see that. Oh, I don't know what I'm really doing here at all. I really don't. I don't know. You never did. I really don't. But I mean, this whole thing with the public broadcast, it was it's a soft. Will you stop rubbing my shoulder? I'm just offering you some support. I'm going to ask you a question. Okay, ask the question. It's a kind of a personal question. All right, ask the question. How much does one of these shows cost you? Just my reputation. That was a good one. Yeah. That's great. But there are a lot of good shows on PBS. That's true. And NPR. Well, they say that the coverage isn't that great. Did you see the time that Katy Perry showed up on Sesame Street? I didn't see that. She performed her hit number, Hot and Cold, but she thought it was a little too racy for the kids, so she made a clean version. That doesn't seem right. She also dressed up in her lingerie. Did she? Now. Yeah, and she had like a wedding vow on or something. A wedding veil? Yeah, that's what I said. It sounded like you said wedding vow.
Well, maybe she was taking a vow when she was singing her song to Elmo.
Elmo?
Yeah, you remember about his puppeteer?
You mean the guy that stepped down in 2012 for?
That's right. That's right. It was a little inappropriate thing. I think it was like a civil thing, but I don't think anything really came of it.
Well, maybe something came of it. You know, they've for years they've said that, you know, maybe the public broadcast system in NPR, maybe that it was kind of like funding an agenda or something, and maybe teaching
children tolerance.
Yeah, I mean, that just seems reasonable. But I think that they took it like it was maybe not so great. Not so great.
But what do you think?
I don't know. I was raised with it. I was kind of a latchkey kid. I was home all the time.
What were you watching?
I was watching stuff like, you know, Mr. Rogers, and that's why I have a fish tank in the background. See Angel in the background? I actually even put on my shoes like Mr. Rogers when I come home. I do. I take off my workout clothes, and I put on my comfy clothes because I work from home.
Well, at least you weren't dressed like Katy Perry was on Sesame Street that time, because she looked a little inappropriate, you know.
Well, I mean, you're not even wearing any clothes.
Well, it's not like I have any choice in the matter, because I am a monkey, and this is what happens. Hey, do you watch any of them cooking shows?
The cooking shows?
Yeah, the cooking shows.
Right, I do.
A cooker show? How you telling me to? I cannot cook. I cannot cook in this place.
I don't think you got nothing to worry about.
The tomatoes are no good.
I don't even know what you're saying. What are you?
What kind of accent is that?
How am I going to make the meatballs? I can't make the meatballs.
Maybe you just gotta keep it down there in the kitchen, okay?
I need the meat.
Everybody wants to be a celebrity.
I'm telling me the tomatoes are no good.
You're not gonna be a celebrity at this rate.
That's true. That's true.
What is going on here? What is going on here? I am trying to go poop.
Maybe we should read a little bit more. A fact sheet accompanying the order mentions the justification, the supposed voter registration of NPR employees, and I don't even know what this is saying. I guess
what they're trying to say is maybe that they used public funds to, you know, I don't know, voter stuff, you know,
like fraud or something.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I didn't really read the article too much. I just knew that Sesame Street was no longer going to be a thing, and
you thought this would be a good time to bring out the puppets, right?
That's right.
I want to know what goes through your head when you think, hey, I want to talk about this right now, and I'm gonna talk about I'm gonna use puppets to get my message across.
Not much goes through my head. Not much.
It's always obvious. What the hell was that about?
I don't know. Yeah, we did the show with Ethan. You don't remember?
Of course, Ethan. Now he's a 13-year-old bodybuilding wrestler and basketball, an amazing student at his school. He's a teenager. He doesn't have time for Sonny anymore.
He doesn't. He has time for his dad though. That's why we gotta wrap this show up.
All right, everybody, we gotta go.
That's right, we gotta go.
Make sure you smash that like button, everybody. Please. And please don't unsubscribe because Jacob's a meatball. All right? All right, good. Goodbye.
Sorry about that, guys.
Make believe with me. Picture yourself happy and free, living your life the way you want it to be. No more worries, no fear, no trouble, only peace. Happy at work, at home, with family or alone, regardless of where you roam. and joy is all you know. Imagination is the ground where your future grows. Imagination is the key, you see. If you'd only believe, you'd receive what waits behind the door of infinite possibility. There is a desire in your heart. From this desire you must never part. See the end from the beginning. Picture